The title of the topic today is: there ever a good time to start a business? No. I'm saying this because I come across a lot of people that make it sound like such a complex thing to do. It really isn't. There are so many people that already make money as a business. The only difference is they don't have all their certifications. They don't have, I guess, well, I ain't gonna say really certifications. I'm gonna just say they don't have their ducks in a row. So, with that being said, there are a lot of people that get nervous with the thought of starting something new. How would it go? And a lot of people are concerned with transitioning from the regular 9 to 5. So I remember it was a point in time in my life that I got tired of working a 9 to 5. And the crazy thing is, I kind of started manifesting that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to homeschool my daughter. And the crazy thing is, all of those things happened and I was terrified. So the first thing that happened was the job was gone. So in my head, it was like the security of the whole situation was out of there. So I had to learn how to stay afloat. Um, Even if it was like gig work. I remember the first time driving Uber, and I think the only vehicle I had was like a Ford Explorer. And that take a lot of gas. So that was just like one of the things I had to do. And it was crazy because in the beginning I was kind of like in survivor mode, but after a while it just became second nature. So again, when I manifested, okay, I wanted to work for myself, it started by, okay, your job was pulled from you. And it happened so unexpectedly, and it was like in a real foul way, and I'm gonna have to do a story time about that another day. But so is there ever a good time? No. If you think about it, the way that the economy is going, a lot of people like, I don't have the money to do this, I don't have the money to do that. This is the best time. A lot of people, like, if you really do a lot of the research, most of, like, the most successful businesses were established during the Great Depression, and really, really tough times during, financial crises. So with that being said, the thing about it is, a lot of people started losing their jobs, and they had to be more creative, and they had to go and be more, innovative, and do some of those things that they were normally good at. So say for instance, if I said I'm good at painting walls, I'm gonna start doing that on the weekend, and I'm gonna just do my thing, and then if it evolved from there, you know it'll evolve. So think about the basic part. A lot of people get scared about setting it up. All you need to do is get your EIN number. Depending on what you're doing, you really don't have to do a lot of extra stuff. So say for instance, I ran into a young lady. I was so impressed. She's a truck driver. So she was like, yeah, I drive, because she jumped out of her truck, and I was like, girl, you drive a big thing. She was like, yeah, sometimes I take my babies with me, and this is and the third. And she told me that basically she worked for a company. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I said, but have you ever thought about having your own business? And she was just like, she really didn't think about it. So I was like, okay, I'm saying it like this because regardless of her having that job security, she still have to think about the best interest of her children for the long run. So with that being said, you can't establish like the things you fully want, because your boss is never going to pay you what he makes. So with that being said, even if she had the business and she worked it somewhat, she didn't even have to really use it just for her CDL. She can use it as being a consultant. So she can reach people that need help with setting up their business. She could teach people how to, get their CDLs. she can teach them, give them the strategy steps, this is and the third, the same thing, and it just kind of keeps going. So a lot of people become so close-minded in the process. Again, all you need is your EIN number. That's free at irs.gov. I think I did a video earlier this week. That's free. Then, depending on, of course, you need a name. Think about it. Now, when you strategize and you have your name, anything dealing with transportation, you definitely want to put that in the title somewhat. You know what I mean? So a person kind of know what you specialize in, know what you do. That way they don't have to guess. And once you get that name, whatever state you live in, you want to do your research on the name. Because if the name is taken in the state that you're in, you won't be able to use it to establish the LLC. So you will have to create another name. So that's. Then I wouldn't even really worry about that part because, yeah, go ahead and get the name straight. Boom. So you got your EIN, you got your name, you got your you definitely need an address. So when I was talking to a couple people, like I met a guy that does construction, and he does construction on the weekends. And he's a really nice guy, and he does great work. And so with him getting started, he don't have all his licenses and stuff in place. But when I looked his address up, looked his business up, because he has a business name. I said, dude, is that your house address? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, you might want to change it, because you really don't want nobody looking up your personal address when you have a business. So some people have like extra properties that they'll put the address in, or you can get a virtual address. Now, Regis is one of those places that have it to where you can go up there and use it on their website. So say, for instance, the one in my area, it has a business address and it has a suite number. The thing I do like about Regis is you can get a virtual address box, and that box basically you paying for it monthly. You can get all your mail there or whatever. And say even if you're not close to the box, you can pay an extra $15 to have your mail forwarded to wherever you are. So say if you already all the way on the other side of town and you don't feel like you want your business over there in the bougie area, you can get your mail wherever you want it. So that's another thing I like about Regis. You also have like options with Regis. You can have the virtual address, or if you get to the point where you have like, money like that, you can get you an office. A lot of the Regis locations are really great locations that I know of. Excuse me. So essentially they're inside of like the most sought after area of town that you really, really want your business to be in. And they have beautiful offices. A lot of them have like glasses from the floor to the ceiling and all that. So it's real bougie and stuff like that. So I like Regis. A lot of really big companies like Smile Direct, the one that do the Invisalign, they was in the same building and all that. So all types of businesses use them. So you definitely want to consider where you want your address. So the address honestly will be the first thing, because you want to figure that the name and the address, you want to figure it out early, because you don't want to have to keep going back and changing your address. But if you have to use your home, do what you need to do. It just depends on the type of business, because a lot of people have different type of businesses. A lot of people have a lot of consulting businesses, especially when they're really good at certain things and they have a high level of expertise. That's just what they're good at. So yeah, you need your address, your name, your EIN. Basically that's for tax purposes, of course. And did I forget something else? I said you're gonna have to run it back. And then another thing people don't consider, like the DUNS number is another number that you can apply for, you don't have to have. However, if you're trying to build a business for the long term haul, like you really want it to be there in there like swimwear, because the DUNS number is like the social security. So the DUNS number can be used internationally. So if you decided to do any type of international business, you already in there. So it's already nice to have. And always sometimes it's quite impressive to already have it, especially if you like decide to get into a space of like doing government contracting, you already have everything lined up. And let me see. Once you line everything up that way, you definitely want to make sure you get information about the licenses you need in whatever city or county you're in, because they'll vary. So, say for instance, in Virginia, we have cities in this area. Further out, there are some counties. I definitely know in Georgia there's counties, and then they have, the cities and stuff, but you have to go to the county for like your licensures and stuff like that. So make sure you get the information. So say if it's something you're not quite sure about, go get the information first before you jump out there talking and filling out the paperwork. I remember the first time I went and did a sole proprietorship, I learned the hard way. I was actually planning on doing some sewing stuff, and the lady was like, well, you can't have stuff in your house. And I was like, I never said I had, anything stored in my house. So that was just one of the things that they jumped at. I was like, girl, like, and honestly, it depends on the city, because some cities are real stringent, and then there's some cities that really are real. They just want the tax money. And a lot of places, they want the tax money and they want to be able to tax the business, because at the end of the day, the local cities and county offices are local government. So they are for-profit businesses. So yes, they like, run me my money. I need it. Yeah. So they want to be able to have more businesses in their cities, and that's why a lot of people get in so much, because they don't set it up the right way. Because when you set it up as an actual entity, I'm not knocking people that have sole proprietorship. I don't have an issue with that. My issue is a lot of times that's for short-term use until you get your feet wet, and you new to business and you're not really sure on what you want to do. But once you find out you definitely want an LLC, I believe it's important to be able to separate the two, because you always want your business to be an entity. Generally, the sole proprietor number is for like independent contractors, or if you're self-employed, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But the LLC creates much more of a structure. So, because like once you get all of that other stuff lined up, that's when you can start really focusing on growing, like a business profile and everything like that. Now, one of the things I can say, I was gonna say something good, child. I'm getting old, Lord. I don't forget, child. Hold up. So, okay, yeah. Once you get everything set up, you definitely can, like, your bank account, your business can have its own bank account, and that was one of the things. I've been tied to a couple ventures with people in the background, and what really turned me off the people is, if I learn something, I'm the type of person, I don't mind sharing knowledge. But if you don't want to set it up for success, you're setting it up for failure. I think my phone about to die. You set it up for failure, and then you setting me up for failure. So we're not both failing together. So again, setting all that up. Of course, another thing that a lot of people are jumping on early. Hopefully my phone not about to die. I might have to jump on my other one. A lot of people are using Chat GPT to go ahead and set up their business plan. Like say for instance, if you have a I don't know, painting business, you can go in there and prompt Chat GPT, create me a basic startup business plan for a painting company that offers whatever type of services. Then what it's going to do is generate you a basic one, and then you can go in and add more details and add the different parts and copy and paste it and pull it together the way you want it. Because having a business plan is very important, and that's another thing that a lot of people shy away from, because you want to be able to hold yourself accountable for your goals, like your SWOT analysis, like what's your, what about the other businesses in the area? Like, you know what I'm saying? You can always open up a turkey hut, but if it's 5 other turkey huts in the same area, would it really be profitable in the end? So that's a part of the market research, and and then brand it separately. But yeah, once you set up your EIN, your LLC. Now the thing about the LLC, that's what I forgot to say. When you go into, well, I know for the state of Virginia, you have to have your articles, and you have to appoint a registered member. That's gonna be the person that handles all your paperwork, that gets stuff mailed to them or whatever. That's responsible for making sure everything is paid and up to date. That's the person. That's the representative that they're going to reach out to. You will just basically put them down as a member. I mean, well, a registered agent, and then you need your articles. I went blank. I know you definitely need your articles, but yeah. And once you get all of that situated, generally, when you doing your LLC, you have to do it online for the most part. Kind of like when the big C hit, a lot of things that wouldn't generally be allowed online was able to be done online. So it's then some states use only that to prevent from getting the other people that was scamming and stuff. So they kind of left it in place for you to be able to go ahead and do it. So yeah. But yeah, so they left it in place for people to be able to go ahead and do everything online, which I think is a great thing. As long as you're doing everything the way you're supposed to. Yeah, and so once you have all of that situated, you can go ahead and start tapping into your bank account. One thing about a business, you can have more than one bank account. Businesses don't look at, they look at transactions. They look at, if money is going in and out of there. A lot of people, before they just, like, a lot of people start businesses and don't leave their 9 to 5, and there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people are able to build their business credit with the income that they already have, because they can honestly take the check that they get from their job and deposit it into their business account. And that's counted in those transactions as well. So, and a lot of people use net 30 accounts to build their business credit, which I'm not against it. I feel like if you have to buy tissue and paper anyway, you get to choose who you buy it from. So that's kind of how they go with like Quill, Uline, Granger. But I don't think you should be limited to that when it comes to doing business credit. Like one of the major, quickest, fastest ways to do it is nav.com, because NAB is like that one hitter quitter. Like they have a free plan, and if I'm not mistaken, I was just told that the new plan went from $39 to $49.99. I guess so many people got onto it, they went up on their prices. But you can do that for 30 days, and you will automatically get a credit report for your business within 30 days. Business credit is totally different. You can establish it faster. You can do so much more with it. And like I said, in those 30 days, Anyway, um, you can do so much more with that in 30 days. So yeah, with the nav.com, you can go ahead and do that. That will give you again 3 credit reports from those 3 main bureaus for the business side. And you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people like to teach from the net 30, and there's nothing wrong with net 30. I think net 30s are really great, especially when you want to be able to buy certain things that you don't normally do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can buy what you want with those net 30 accounts again. um but and when I was taught certain things, you had to just have all these different, I was like, just to be on different reports. But then heard about nav.com, and boom, that was it. And I mean, you can always get the net 30s as well as you go, but nav.com is the way to go. Anyway, so I'm getting ready to go. My phone about to die, and I gotta take care of some business. But it was nice to chat it up about, is it ever a bad time to start a business? No, because like I said, I met so many people that actually have started their businesses with, you know the money that they make from their current jobs. Um, so with that being said, the current job is basically, your finance plan. So with that being said, you can go ahead and do anything you need to do. And you can be building business credit and everything with your new job. So yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna get ready to go because I see a lot of trolls in here. I hope this information was very helpful for you guys. I hope you guys consider going ahead and start your business. I do have some resources available. Check them out, about section. No pressure. I will continue to drop different videos to help you on your journey. My job is to educate. My job is, it's not all about that. I want people to win at all costs. So I'm getting ready to go.